Hi guys, welcome back to another fun tutorial. Today we are going to be working with some alcohol inks and a chip brush, and we are going to make this cup look like wood grain. I was commissioned to do these for a company that does wood flooring. So we thought it would be super cool to make these cups look like wood with their company logo on it. So all I did to prep this cup was I sanded it a little bit to rough up the metal, and then I just did a light coat of flat white spray paint. It didn't have to be perfect because we're going to be covering it up anyway with alcohol ink, but we just wanted some good coverage, so the alcohol ink has somewhere to adhere to. So what I'm using today for the first coat of the wood grain look is this ginger, this is caramel alcohol ink by Ranger. And then all we need is just a cheap little chip brush. This is one I already did a cup with this brush, but it's still good. And then we just need our cup. So this is a pretty easy method. All we really have to do is squirt on a little bit and then brush it in one direction, squirt on a little bit more and brush it in another direction. It goes pretty quick and the results show up pretty quick. So let's see here. Just put on a little bit and brush. See how the chip brush just gives it that like wood grain look? Isn't that cool? And we'll just brush up the other way to give those wood grain look things. Knots? I don't know. I'd have to ask the owner of this company that I'm doing these for. He might know. All right. So we just kind of keep on working around the cup until we feel like we have some good coverage. And then it is time for epoxy, and then the next fun step to really knock this cup home. So I'm going to speed this up and we'll be back once the epoxy is done. Okay, we're back finally with this Woodgrain tumbler, this peekaboo. I've got the first layer of the light wood grain on this. Put epoxy on it, let it cure completely. Then I put this vinyl decal on. I just used removable vinyl on this side and on this side. Then I took the cup and I spray painted it completely white. Now that's a little scary to do, especially once you have the epoxy and it's cured and it looks so pretty with the light wood grain, but trust me, it's going to be worth it. Right down here, as you can see, I didn't get some of these bubbles that went into the seam of the cup. So the epoxy bubbled up and it cured like this, but that's okay. I sanded it down a little bit so it's smooth. It'll hide under the next coat of epoxy, so don't worry about it and ignore it as best you can. So now the next step is to take the next color of alcohol ink. This is Ginger by Ranger. It's a little bit darker than the caramel color that we used first. So we have our chip brush. I have two different chip brushes that I'm using. This one is just for the darker colors and the other one is for the lighter colors. So we're basically going to do the same exact thing We're going to squirt a little bit and brush it on. Now for the spray paint, I used a flat white. The flat seems to hold on to the alcohol ink a little bit better than satin or semi-gloss, so I always reach for the flat white, especially when I'm doing anything with alcohol inks. So just brush it on right over that vinyl. It's all right. We just keep working our way around, and once we come back around to this part that we just started on, we're going to see if there's any areas that we want to be a little bit darker, and we'll just apply a little bit more. So I'm just going to speed up the video because you don't need to watch me do all of this, since you kind of get the idea, and we'll be back once we are ready for the next step. Okay, we are back after I let this alcohol ink dry for a little bit. It was actually a little over 12 hours that I let it sit. And you really don't need to let it go that long, but it just so happened that I was doing this late at night, so it got to sit for that long. So now is the fun part to pick off with this. I use this little Cricut weeding tool. Looks like baby poop, but it's paint. We use this little weeding tool to peel off all of the vinyl that is on here to reveal the pretty blonde wood look with the acid or alcohol ink on the first layer that we did. So very carefully, we just peel it up, and look at how pretty that is. Oh, it's stuck on me. See already that contrast? Oof, I just love this cup so much. I'm actually doing 6 of these puppies, and so excited to get them done and give them to the employees of Integrity Flooring, which, by the way, if you're in my area, which is northwestern Wisconsin, I highly recommend these guys. They are so good at what they do. Very talented group of guys. In all things hardwood flooring. A little paint got under there. That's okay. We can just fix it by scraping it with a different tool. Sorry, I get quiet when I'm really concentrating. I really don't want to peel up the epoxy that's on the back side of this, so, or scratch any of it. So, oop, like right there. I almost did it. Okay, so I think y'all get the idea. I'm gonna keep peeling away at this, and then I got the name back here to peel away, and then this will go on my turner and get a good coat of epoxy, and then we'll be back with the finished product. All right, guys, here it is, the finished product. I'm outside, so it looks a little shiny, but It is really clear and shiny and pretty, but not as shiny as what the video is showing, I guess. But yeah, here it is. See how cool that peekaboo is with a light wood grain underneath the name and the company name. And then we did the dark wood grain on top with the darker alcohol ink. So this is all ready to go to its home. There was an order of 6 of them, so just in time for Christmas gifts for this company's employees. So I hope y'all learned something from this video and how easy and cool wood grain is. Let me know what y'all think. I sure love it, and I hope they do too. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.